historic medal for India at the Commonwealth Games. We have Tejaswin Shankar with us, who has won a bronze medal for us in high jump. But it wasn't easy. The journey wasn't easy at all. When the opening ceremony was happening, you were sitting at home. What were you thinking? What was going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, I mean the journey is not easy. I mean it hasn't been easy for me, and I feel like, I mean, if it would have been easy, then it probably wouldn't have been as much exciting as it is now, and the feeling wouldn't have been as like prevalent as it is now. So this medal means so much more to me, considering the fact that I was able to get here a few days ago and make the most of that opportunity and get a medal for the country. So I'm just extremely excited and happy to let this feeling sink in.
And you haven't taken off the medal since you
Not,
won it.
yeah, not at all. I mean, like, this is my second major international medal. I mean, if you count the SAF Games medal as an international medal, yeah, but this is actually my first big international medal. I'm extremely happy to, just be. I mean, to be honest with you, I just don't have words, so I don't want to say something and regret later. So I'll just leave that to when I have words about this.
Tejaswin, the way to Commonwealth Games has been through court. You had to fight a court battle to be here. Tell us a little bit about that period when you could not convince the Athletics Federation of your ability to get a medal.
It's definitely been a journey. So initially, for not being able to get in the squad, and then finally being able to get in the squad and get an opportunity, there were so many twists and turns, and it's just like a fairy tale ending, so to say, to finally be able to go back home with a medal. And like I said, like, when you're home back home, it's about me and you and all that sort of thing. But once you're out of the country, it's about the country, and you want to bring back something for the country. If you go out there, you don't just want to go there to participate. So my only goal was, yes, previous Commonwealth Games I had that opportunity to compete in front of a major crowd at Gold Coast, and I finished sixth there. So I knew that, okay, next Commonwealth Games I need to improve my position, and at the same time, like, be in contention for the medals. And I had that experience. I'd competed in the collegiate circuit for the last 5 years, so I had that experience. I had that competition practice that I needed, and finally, for everything to unfold the way it did, I'm just grateful that it happened the way it did.
I'll ask you about the collegiate circuit, but first thing, the big headline at home is that apparently you were practicing with three dogs at the stadium even after the team was here.
Well, so I really didn't know if I was going or not until, like, I think it was the Friday before last week. So for me, it was important to stay in shape, and staying in shape means, at any cost, and you want to do anything possible to stay in shape. So we'd usually go around to Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Delhi. We'd usually go around 2:33 p.m., and that's when you don't have anybody come in. And we usually didn't go in the evening because then it gets really crowded. So we wanted to go around noon, but at that time the only spectators you have are stray dogs. So for me, I mean, for me, from three stray dogs to 30,000 spectators in Birmingham, I think that's a big journey that I've accomplished in the
Tell us
last
about the
2 weeks.
picking up the medal in front of a packed crowd.
It was phenomenal. I think, especially after I made that 222 jump, and then I saw that the Bahamian guy, he was not able to complete his third attempt, and at that point I
Couldn't go
finished.
to 225.
He couldn't go to 225, and at that point I knew that I'd secured the bronze medal. I had this feeling of, like, I really didn't know how to feel, because I had never been in this position, and I could see the Indian coaches and some of the other athletes, they were waving the Indian flag and all that sort of thing, but I just didn't know how to react at that moment because I'd never been in this situation. So I I wanted to go there, but at the same time, I wanted to just stay there and be like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do next? So I was caught in that feeling, but as it started sinking in, I just, you know, embraced the feeling, and I was just so happy to be, in a position where I could contribute to the
Ashwin,
medal
you are
team.
sounding very grounded, very sorted. Tejaswin, what I wanted to ask you is that is there a feeling of vindication because of what you've gone through?
Not at all. So, like I said, I mean, like, ultimately, everybody's goal is to, like, give the best for the country. And yes, there might be different methods, different ways. I used a different way to, approach and, like, try to lobby my selection into the team, or somebody might have another way of doing that. But I felt like I don't have any regrets. I know that what I did was right, and I know that that's the reason I'm in the team. And to be finally given the opportunity, like, a lot of times we just point fingers and we are caught up in vindication and all that sort of thing. But ultimately, everybody's goal is to win a medal, and that's what everybody came together and did at the end. And I'm grateful for that.
But would you not say that you're a product not of the system but despite the system?
I really don't know if that's helping the situation. As long as we have a medal, I think that's what matters. And yes, a lot of things can change, a lot of things need to change, but I feel like today is a day not to talk about those things, but today is a day to celebrate the medal for the country. And maybe next time we can talk about these issues and maybe we can raise those questions.
Okay, one final question: the road ahead for you now. As you mentioned that the American collegiate system has helped you a lot to get here, to get to where you are today. But the next step for you?
So now that I'm done with my collegiate career, now that I'm done with my education, it's important for me to get. So the sports changed a little bit. I don't know if you're aware or not, but now it's not about how high you can jump, but it's more about where you can jump and against who you can jump. So it's more of a ranking system than just like pure height in the high jump or like how fast you can run. So now I need to compete in some meets in Europe and compete in other competitions where I can get more ranking points. So that'll be my goal, to compete in higher ranked meets so I can get entry into bigger meets like the World Championships and Olympic Games and make the most of that opportunity. So next steps for me would be to compete in not the collegiate meets but higher ranked meets, compete in better meets, and just perform well in those meets.
And how much does this victory help you to get those ranking points and get to major athletics?
So
meets?
100%. After the Olympic Games and the World Championships, the Commonwealth Games and all these continental games have a lot of significance, and they give you a lot of bonus points on top of your placing points. So yes, this third place finish in Birmingham is going to really help me with boosting my ranking in the high jump. So if I can get a couple more meets like this within the next year and a half, which will happen, I'll have the Asian Games in front of me, and we'll have the Asian Championships next year. So those competitions will really prove to, be of something that will help me with my ranking points, and I feel like I can use that as leverage to compete at the World Championship.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Enjoy the moment and jump higher.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Welcome to another side of Britain.
A side where we discover new flavours on every street corner.
Where we take good times to new heights.
And where ways to get around are limited only by our sense of adventure.
In 2022, come and join us for an unmissable year of celebration.
So get ready to explore different every day.